Good evening. Hello from Colorado, for Tim and Nancy, and Tim and Nancy Challey. Dave and Bonnie, we love you. Thanks for letting us be part of this evening for you. In honor of Dave, I've got my Dave Miller Classic t-shirt on tonight. And fond memories of Dave, so many great memories of things at church and just being friends and family. And I just have a lot of admiration and respect for you, Dave. You're a dear brother and a friend that I'll always cherish our times together. One of the things, though, I love about Dave was, no matter where we were, maybe in a board meeting or maybe at his house, fellowship or whatever, I always knew what was coming later that evening. He had to do the charts. And as a doctor, that's very important. You keep up with your charts. And so, Dave, tonight, in honor of you, I've written a song, imagine that, and I'm going to play it and sing it here. It's called Do the Charts. And here I've got my doctor chart here. Dave's gone into the office and he's starting his charts, or he's doing mostly from home. And when you go to the doctor, they ask you about your pain. You say, well, no pain, mild, moderate, severe, very severe, but the worst possible pain is a 10. And doing the charts for Dave Miller was always a 10. So Dave, here's a song I've written for you. I hope you enjoy it. Worked at the old hospital, seeing patients every single day. Then at night he'd stay up late and talk real soft while Bonnie tried to keep the little kids away. Dave is always wearing the same old crummy tie. People in the office look and stare. Bonnie tries to pick Dave out some snazzy clothes, but all Dave says is that he really doesn't care. Hey! Life goes on, I'll do the charts. Life goes on, up late watching Bob Newhart. There are some funny old patients. One guy, he's so proud of his physique. He's waiting for Dr. Miller in the examining room, but Dave runs out and said, I think it's time to eat. Man comes into office and he looks real sad. Says, Doc, I think it is my heart. Dave says, well, I just got back here after lunch. I had some chili, now I have to go and get my blood pressure cuff. Oh, la-dee, la-da, life goes on. I'll do the charts. Oh, la-dee, la-da, life goes on. Up late watching Bob Newhart. After 40 years, now they're getting hit to dictate. He ran away and was found real late, wandering around unclaimed and afraid. Dave and Bonnie love to go on vacation. Dave just rides and never wants to drive. Bonnie navigates while Dave is doing charts. He comes along just as the family all arrives. Going on vacation down to Gatlinburg. Dave is always wearing the same old shirt. Family pictures taken at the apple barn show a big stain from something eaten for dessert. Hey, oh-la-dee, oh-la-da, life goes on. Ah-la-la-la, do the charts. Oh-la-dee, oh-la-da, life goes on. Up late watching Bob Newhart. Dave goes fishing up north now at old Ross Lake. Brother Tim says Dave is quite a guy. Both stuck twice and then got stranded with a flat. Dave says, what a trip, I think I'd rather die. Dave and Bonnie go back down to Gatlinburg. Need a few more Christmas odds and ends. Car's so full they both can't even close the door. They say, this is why we always bring our friends. Hey, oh-la-dee, oh-la-da, life goes on. Ah-la-la-la, do the charts. Oh-la-dee, oh-la-da, life goes on. Up late watching Bob Newhart. After 40 years, afraid. Dave is worth so faithfully to serve the least, doing what just God would have him do. He's ready for another chapter of this life. May God bless you, we love you through and through. Hey, oh-la-dee, oh-la-da, life goes on. Ah-la-la-la, do the charts. Oh-la-dee, oh-la-da, life goes on. Up late watching Bob Hall. And if you want some fun, just throw the charts away. Hey, congratulations, Dave and Bonnie. We love you. I trust that your retirement will be everything that you would want it to be, and all that God would bless you through that. So thank you.
We're on.
We're on. Hello from Jacksonville, Florida.
Hello.
I'm here and I'm going to interview Carl Adams, Dr. Adams. And my first question is, one of the things that I understand about Dr. Miller, Dave Miller, is that he really, really enjoyed scrubbing in with you and learning some things. So my question is, what was it like to kind of mentor Dave?
Well, Dave was very good as a first assistant starting out. He seemed like he had the knack right from the very beginning. Like a lot of times, in some people that are just starting out and want to scrub just to see what's going on, hardly know what's going on at all. Dave was different. He pretty much knew what was going on and was very interested.
How about, can you remember some of the things that you were kind of teaching him when you were doing some of these procedures? Did any of those come back to you?
Well, I think that I spent most of my time teaching them at the operating table about what they might be surgical referrals.
Sure.
Something that they could handle themselves, but something they shouldn't handle themselves, or something that maybe they should get some advice on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we spent a lot of time trying to steer them in that direction.
Yes, I do remember that. You did that well. You did that well. Yeah. Okay. As you got to know Dave, what surprised you about him? As you got to know him better, were there any things that you learned about him that were surprising to you?
Well, I think that as I got to know him better, I realized he was interested in many.
Okay, once you got to know Dr. Miller, Dave, what surprised you about him?
Dave was really a down-to-earth, I don't know exactly how to say it, but he was just a regular guy, you know? Mm-hmm. And I never hardly knew that about Dave because we didn't talk a whole lot. But as we got to know each other, we talked more and more, and then we got a basketball team going, and Dave was a good basketball player, and we really hit it off, playing basketball, and became even better friends after that. I enjoyed both Dave and Steve, and enjoyed taking care of their patients, and I sort of got in on the ground floor, getting them started in practice.
That's right. You came to Eureka about similar
the time they
same
started.
time. Yeah. I think that was in the early 80s. Is that correct?
Well, I think so. You remembered better than I did, Linda, when it was.
Yeah,
I think that's
you,
right.
You told me that you knew better than I did when it was.
I think it was 80. Okay.
No.
Okay. My last question is, Dave is retiring. Do you have any advice on life after a career in medicine? That's a big question.
Yes, it is. He needs to find something to do that really interests him outside of medicine, something different.
You know, he's a woodworker.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
he is.
Uh-huh.
And woodwork is enough. Anything that will fulfill his time. I used to, as you might know, used to go down to Calhoun County.
Uh-huh.
I loved to go down there, and I couldn't wait to get away and go down and spend time there hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
And I really loved doing that. And that was really my getaway spot. And he needs to find a thing that really would, not something that he just does because he's retired and thinks I ought to be doing it. He needs to find something that he wants to do.
Yeah. I bet he'll be able to do that.
I would imagine he does. He probably has more interest than I realized that he had.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for sharing with us today.
You're welcome. Tell both of them hi.
You tell him hi.
Dave, hi, keep going.
Start from the beginning. Hi. For those that don't know me, I'm Denise Harper, and I worked with Dr. Miller at the office. And I'd like to say that he's a wonderful Christian man, and I really appreciated working for him. And he's a wonderful Christian doctor also. He has lots of patients, physical patients. And I think he had about 200,000 patients. And
It might have felt that way most of the day.
and that was at my last count. He really liked his patients. He knew most of them pretty well. They were long-time regulars, and he enjoyed them too. He was very thorough with people. He knew what's going on with them, and he kept what's going on with them in his mind, and did a good job following up. And we had some fun with each other when we were working with the patients, but had a little bit of free time, and which wasn't much. But I would go to a patient's room and come back, and my chair would be gone, and nobody would seem to know where I'd gone. And I'd be missing all the pens, or there'd be a note written at my desk that I couldn't understand any of the writing. You have to be proficient in Dr. Miller writing, because it's not the easiest thing to do.
For sure.
And one time he went on vacation, and he came back, and I thought, oh, he's got stuff already. I knew he'd have charts, because he'd have charts up to the ceiling. Every Monday morning we always called it Mount Chart
Mount St. Miller.
Yeah, Mount St. Miller with all of his charts. And he gave me the specimen bag, and he said, "Can you take care of this?" And I said, "Sure." So I opened it up, and when I opened it, I found this stool sample, which turned out to be, oh, I lost my tag. A stool sample. Whoop. Was a little tiny wooden stool inside a specimen bottle to be taken down to the laboratory to have it checked. And of course we all got a big kick out of that. But you never knew what was going to happen. And if you didn't know him, like, very well, you wouldn't believe that he was doing all that teasing and making funny jokes. But that was our normal morning. He'd get his charts ready and he'd get up and he'd take off lickety-split every morning to get to his patients. So then the day came, and we got these little boxes put on the desk, and we had started having to learn how to do this new form of putting things in the chart, which wasn't fun because Dr. Miller didn't know that much about charting through the computer, and I wasn't real hot on it either. But between all of us, we all worked together and made it. We wondered if we were going to make it, but we made it. And I'll never forget it. Like, it's probably the first week we were standing there, and several of us, and Dr. Jones says, "I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all of my charts and I'm going to throw them in the floor, and I'm going to try to dig through the floor and find my chart that I need." That's how frustrated he had gotten. So they had a time of it, learning how to do these programs. And from what I hear, they're starting a new one.
Yep.
So we had good times and fun times and our work times, and shared tough times in our lives together and good times, and I really appreciated him as a co-worker. And around Christmas time every year, I never failed to mention to him that I was very interested in getting a Kincaid for Christmas from him. And he'd always just slough it off and say, yeah. And I'd say, but I really want one. And so one year, here comes the package. It's all pasted on the outside with all these countries that it had been to. And I thought, oh no, this has got to be it. So I opened up the package, and here it is. First I opened the back, and it's got a it tells the authenticity of the picture. And then here's the hanger for the picture. But here was my authentic Kincaid. Now, you can't tell me anyone else in the world that has one like mine. Look at the beauty of that frame. He just missed a little paint there. Kincaid must have been on a bad day that day. He had to fix a little bit of this here. And he had a little trouble.
Too funny.
Well,
Yeah.
had a little trouble spelling his name too. But there it is.
The fabulous picture you
I
waited for so long.
had to call the security company today to get it off the wall. It's under security. And here's
Because of the nice nail that he gave you to hang it
here's-
on.
yeah,
Very
there's-
nice.
There's a nail equivalent.
That is worth a lot.
But all in all, thank you, Dr. Miller, for all you've done for me and just the friendship that we've had. And I hope that things go well as you guys go on as your family and get some time alone and pursue your new adventure. So, thanks a lot.
Congratulations, Dave. We wish you a happy and enjoyable retirement.
Did you guys get that employee satisfaction survey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
I didn't get a survey. Dr. Miller, you didn't get the survey? You want me to send it to you?
Yeah, send it to me.
Okay. Sent. You should be getting it.
Alright, I'm gonna fill it out.
Perfect time for a survey. I don't think they want my opinion. But, alright, submit. Oh, Dr. Miller, I think those were specifically just for the person that got the email.
Oh, well, I already did it, so.
Uh-oh, Dr. Miller, you're gonna be in trouble from up north.
This is Dr. Miller.
Well, let me tell you what happened. Everyone was just talking about these surveys that they got, and I thought that I was supposed to do it too, so I had someone send it to me. I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to do it, so I don't know. I don't know what to do from here, but that's just what happened, so. Alright, well, thanks. Kathy, they found out already.
They did?
Yes, I just got a call from up north.
Oh my goodness.
What was I supposed to do?
Oh.
Dr. Miller? Good job.
Dr. Miller, are you roasting me again?
It's actually a pretty good way to eat a donut. That's probably it.
Okay, let's see if I did my hair the right way. Dr. Miller, since Advocate is making us wear blue scrubs, you said we had to have the same hairdo. How does it look?
That's
Did
good.
you
Yeah.
approve?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Kathy, did you put my soda in the fridge?
I forgot to put your soda in the fridge. I'll go get you some ice.
You're fired.
Oh. I brought it with ice this time.
Okay.
Hey, Dr. Miller. It's Deb Handrich. Goodness, I was thinking, how long has it been that you have been a doctor? I think it's 37 years that you put in. I was trying to remember the date. I think it was October 3rd, 1983, that we opened those doors for the first time, you and Dr. Jones. I just am so excited for you to be able to celebrate your retirement here, knowing that you've put in 37 great years. You have helped a lot of people feel their best, and be their doctor for the town of Eureka. What a great legacy you have left as you look back, knowing that you've done your best and you've been there for the people of Eureka, the community itself. So I'm just really excited to celebrate you. I wish I could be there, but this COVID stuff, I'm sorry, just is not happening. But I totally am there with you in spirit, celebrating you and celebrating your time. I do have just a quick little story that was kind of funny that I don't know if you remember doing this or not, but where my office spot was located, there was just like a little window where your office was, and I could see you if I tried to look through the window and get your attention. But I was sitting there at my desk doing my work, and all of a sudden I see Dr. Miller's this part of his head move past my window very slowly. Could see the expression. It was high enough that I could see the expression in your eyes, and you were super serious. You're just looking straight ahead, and then you passed my door, and here you were in your office chair, scooting yourself down the hallway and just making everyone in your path laugh, including me. And that was just really funny. Dr. Miller, you are one of a kind. Enjoy your time off. Enjoy whatever it is that you put your time into, and just know that God is with you. Thank you.